because we're going to be talking about something that's very important in pursuit of your goals and dreams. Very important when it comes to developing yourself, your talents, your abilities, your skills. Because one of the things I'm going to be talking about, I think, is one of the things that people don't spend enough time on. They talk about time management. You can't manage time. Everybody is 24 hours. What's most important is managing yourself, what you do with your time. People ask me all the time, how do you know so many quotes? I say, I take the time to memorize them. Hello, you think? I put the work in. I use my time differently than other speakers, other trainers, other life coaches. So I want you to think about what it is that you're doing with your time today. And you know what? If you look at it, if you really look at it, all of us are basically the same. The only difference is how you use your time. I know people who have a lot of talent in specific areas, and the difference between them and other people is the time that they put in. Listen to me. As you look at yourself, look at where you are right now in your life, the people that are going to come out on top, the people that are going to make an impact, the people that are going to achieve their goals are the people who are mindful on how they use their time. And one of the things that you have to do is practice. You have to practice being mindful and asking yourself, is this the most productive use of my time? While my friends were having a good time, while my friends were partying, and I love to party, but I spent more time working on developing myself and my skills. I spent more time with my coach, Mike Williams, who wrote the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff, than I did with my friends. Why? I like my friends, but they weren't going to pay my bills. But the things that I was going to learn from Mike as a coach, as a trainer, I could generate a lot of money. And it allowed me to be able to walk away from my job. Write this down. If you use your time correctly, you'll be able to generate walk away money. If you use your time correctly, you'll be able to generate walk away money. The average person, time is no big deal to them. How many of you know people like that? Look at it. I mean, come on now, just be honest. Even if it's you, just blink your eyes. I see you. That you know people have a lot of talent, a lot of abilities, a lot of things going for them, but they're not using their time appropriately. You don't manage time, you have to manage yourself. And what I did, I just carved out time every day to memorize a minimum of 3 to 5 quotes every day. You give me a topic, I can roll with it. I don't need a second to think about it, because it's in here. I spend time working, reading, listening, and different ways in which I could use the quote to drive a point home, use the quote to create humor, use the quote to create special moments. And if you're serious, and everybody right now, everybody listening to me right now, you listening to me right now, you want to become a great presenter. In order to become a great presenter, in order to develop presentation power, you have to develop your power voice. How do you do that? You invest the effort and the time. If you want to put in the time so that you can learn a new skill virtually, so that you can get out of a job that's not you, and be able to go into your own business and do it from the comfort of your home. Now, I used to travel all over the world. I enjoyed that very much, but homie ain't traveling no more. No. My buddy Tyrone, he said, no, don't do that no more. Some of y'all don't know Tyrone. Tyrone was a squirrel outside my window on the west side of my house, all right? So here's something that Shakespeare said. He said, defer no time. Delays have dangerous consequences. Let me share something with you. I remember when I had the opportunity to audition for a play at Miami-Dade Community College. Mrs. Werner was the director there, and I didn't show up on time. Somebody else got the role. The reason I didn't show up, truthfully, not just because I was late, but because I didn't believe in myself. I said, well, something else will come up and I'll be able to get that role. Nothing else came up, and that was it. And so we've all had experiences. And what you think about it, something you put off and it cost you. It cost you. The guy was talking to me about becoming a part of my speaker training program. And I said, okay, I got a slot that's available now. So he said, I'll call you tomorrow. He didn't call. And so he saw me about 2 weeks later and said, hey, can I sign up now? Because one of my graduates told him how good it was for them. And I said, no. He said, why not? I said, you have to take advantage of the opportunity and the lifetime of the opportunity. I said, I don't have any openings for you now. But at some time, maybe 3 months, 4 months from now, that slot might be available again when somebody graduates. You have to take advantage of an opportunity and the lifetime of the opportunity. Is there something that you want to do? Some goal that you want to achieve? Something that's important to you? Some place that you want to go? Something that's important that as you look at it and think about it and said, I'd like to do this. One day I'm gonna. No. You don't know. You don't know. Don't operate with it. One day I'm gonna. I remember being with my best friend, Boo. He's since passed. And we were in Nassau, Bahamas. And I said, you know what, Boo? I said, this is the first time you and I, we've been traveling all over the world. This is the first time that we have time that we can spend here in Nassau, and you can find relatives that you haven't talked to in years. He said, oh, I got to get back to the States because I've got to cook. There's a special event for the church. I said, hey, guess what, Boo? They can get another cook. This is enough time in advance, a week in advance. Make a call, tell them that you will not be there because you are on vacation, and we've never taken the time to spend this time together just having fun. We traveled when I was speaking, and we went from city to city. My cousin Boo and I were in Nassau, and we traveled, and I would speak, and Boo always went with me. And so, but we wanted to have some time special together where I would go to a beautiful place and I didn't have to speak. And so I said, this is a place, let's do it here. Let's spend 3 weeks to a month here. Find relatives of yours that live here in Nassau and Bimini. And we can just chill out. And he said, I can't. I said, why not? He said, because I have to cook for an event that's taking place at the church. I said, you have enough time in advance. Call them and let them know. He said, there is nobody else. I said, listen to me. If something happened to you, they will find somebody else. They will not cancel the event. He did not know, and I did not know. When he said, I can't do it, he did not know that he would not be able to do it for the church, to cook for the church. He died a few days after we got back, and they got another cook. They got another cook. Sometimes we think that we're irreplaceable. We're not. Somebody's waiting. When you have a goal, a dream, or something that you want to do, if you don't do it, somebody else will step in. Trust me, nobody's irreplaceable. Somebody will step in like they stepped in for my cousin Boo, and they cooked. And that's all I was thinking about as I sat there in the front row looking at him in the casket, because he always gave of himself, but we never took time to give to ourselves. And so that moment that we had was the last that we had the opportunity to spend 3 weeks together without my speaking. We never did. There's a quote. Miles Davis says, time is not the main thing. Time is the only thing. And he's absolutely right. So I want to ask you, how are you spending your time? How much are you putting in and focusing on the things that bring you joy, the things that make you smile, the things that make you feel good and laugh? How much time and energy are you focused on spending time with people that you love? You know, in order to live a life of no regrets, this lady, she worked for hospice, and she wrote this book, and it was about living a life of no regrets. And she said people who were dying, that what they regretted was not things dealing with how much money they made in their business, but how little time they spent with people that meant a lot to them, that if they had their lives to live over again, they would spend their time with certain people. At the end of my conversation with you, I'm encouraging you to make a list of some people that you need to deepen your relationship, or somebody that you need to write a letter to and say, hey, I love you, and I just want to thank you for what you've meant to me. I didn't say text them. No, that's impersonal. No, just people don't get letters anymore. I used to remember you would go to the drugstore, you get a little tablet, you get your pens and everything. People text, all right? No, when you write a letter, that's personal. You take the time to do that. I sent out some letters to some friends the other day, and they called me and say, hey, thank you very much. That meant a lot to me, because I put the time in to do it, to think about it. And I just get a card saying all the words that I wanted to say. I said it in my own voice. So I'm encouraging you, one, think about some people who you care about and who care about you, and it meant something to you at some point in time, and you would just like to do something kind by writing them a letter, by taking the time to let them know that you were thinking about them. How are you using your time? If there's something that you want to do in your life that you've been thinking about for a long time, carve out the time to do it. Stop putting it off. There's another quote, and I love quotes. You know I love them. Here's what I love. And this one says, sometimes you never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Sometimes you don't know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. I was talking to two friends of mine, and they knew Dr. Howard Thurman when they were younger. Now, some of you know Dr. Howard Thurman. Most people don't. He was a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I was so blown away. I said, you knew Dr. Howard Thurman? Yes. And I have these CDs that I was listening to that they gifted me. And I said, what was he like? And you know what they said? Well, he was a nice guy. He was thoughtful. He was quiet. You could tell he was a deep thinker. I said, well, did you ask him things and just try and pull out some ideas, concepts, or thoughts that he might have? I said, no. We didn't know he was all of that. Dr. Howard Thurman, come in, sir. The centering moment. Deep is the hunger. The two primary questions that one should ask oneself in life. Number one, where am I going? Number two, who's going with me? And if you ever ask those questions in the wrong order, you'll be in serious trouble. Oh, he was a bad brother. They said, we didn't know he was all that. Oh my goodness. I've had some moments with people that I did not know they were all that. And I blew it. That had I known who they were, oh, I would have maximized that memory. I'd have got more out of our meeting. If you agree with me, I want you to put yes in the comment section. If you've ever had some moments with somebody and you really didn't take advantage of it, it was no big deal to you at that time, and then one day you realize, wait a minute, I didn't use my time wisely with that person. And so right now, in this era, this history-changing era where we are, the people that are going to come out on top, the people that are going to get control of their destiny, the people that are going to maximize this place in history and be stronger and be fortified in terms of their mental resolve and in terms of their families and their skills and their ability to create incredible wealth, are people that are using their times more productively. The people who take the time to learn something new. I say, and I want to say it every day. If you're not willing to learn, nobody can help you. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. I'm going to talk about it's your time and to use your time wisely. It's your time and to use your time wisely. I have a quote that I want to speak from that it triggered some thinking and it kept me up for quite a while. And if you're one of those individuals who believe in synchronicity, that there's a saying that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And one of the exciting things about what I do now, you learn, you earn, you pass it on, that I'm training other speakers. I've been speaking for a very long time, 52 years. And I love it. I still do. I love motivating people. I love encouraging people. I love making people laugh. I really do. I remember when I think I was in the 5th grade, and I was performing for the kids in the class that I was in, and the teacher said, you know, one day you could be a comedian. She came in, she didn't even punish me because she was outside the hall cracking up herself and got other teachers to come and watch me. I had a little routine. But laughter is important because things are tracking us. There are things that are stalking us. There are things that's trying to rob us of our happiness. And we're in a good place right now. Just think about this. The air, it breathes better. I mean, there's no drama. I'm not waking up in the morning and saying, did anything happen today? Listen, and we want to maximize this moment. It's your time. Maximize this moment. Take advantage of it. We just got through some stuff and we're still here. And you want to take advantage of it. See, here's the thing. We're here to take advantage of the time that we have been given. Herein, my Father, glorify that ye bear much fruit. This is a time that we want to be very productive and very fruitful, because this is a different landscape. This is a different environment. It's your time. This is my time. Let me include me in that as well. Yes, and so now nobody's going to bring anything to you, just put it in your lap and say, do something with this. No, commit thy work. See, you got to work for it. See, if you're not willing to work, nothing works. You could be given the best opportunity in the world and just have it laid out before you. And if you're not willing to work, nothing works. I remember I went to see a friend of mine, and he was living on Miami Beach. His brother picked me up for me to go see this brand new home that he had bought on Miami Beach. Now we're coming over from Liberty City. And so and both are like 4 or 5 years older than I was at the time. But I remember this ride across the Venetian Causeway. He had this big, beautiful home. And as he took us around this big, beautiful home that was just completed, his brother asked him, said, man, because they never spent much time with each other, he said, how did you get something like this? And the older brother said, by a lot of hard work. And the younger brother looked around and said, I'm not willing to do that. Did you hear that? I'm not willing to do that. And then we had lunch and we drove back across the Venetian Causeway, going back to the life that we were living, which was not a good life. We were surviving. And I just kept reverberating in my head what he said. I'm not willing to do that. See, when you look at people, for the most part, wherever you find yourself, that's where you made a decision to be. Because based upon how much work are you willing to put in to change your situation. And when I look at myself, people always ask me like there's some magical response. How did you go from just coming from Liberty City and over town here in Miami and selected to be the Golden Gavel Award from Toastmasters or the CPAE Award, the highest award from the National Speakers Association, or selected one of the top 5 speakers in the world? I was willing to work. Most people aren't willing to do that. They have people all over the world that have to select who that person will be, that will be in that elite group of the top 5 in the world. General Norman Schwarzkopf, Lee Iacocca, Robert Schuller. He had a television program, all right? And myself and Paul Harvey. He had a nationally syndicated radio show. I didn't have any of that, but I was working. Those people who had to cast a vote, they saw me at some time because I was moving. I want you to write this down. Keep it moving. I learned that from my mother. It was not unusual when you came home to Mamie Brown's house and we had a little small house. It was not unusual that the furniture would be reconfigured. And I wondered, how did Mama do that with such limited space? How was one thing, but why? She was always changing things up. You see, one of the things that you don't want to do is become comfortable with where you are, when you know in your heart of hearts you can have more and you can do more, and there's a life for you beyond survival. See, what it takes to survive, what it takes to live are 2 different things. And I just felt, I don't know where that came from, that I can do more. Here's what I did know, that where I was, that didn't work for me. That did not work for me. And I'm astonished when I go back to Miami and I see some of the same people in the same place. I'm astonished. Yes. So you got to keep it moving. Mamie Brown was always keeping it moving. I got to tell you this. I was traveling and I was doing a tour for Sprint, I think it was. I came home and I came to the door, and to my right, there was a window. Did you hear me? There was a window. There was some demolition of some houses in that area, and my mother got somebody to go drag a window that had been taken out of a house and put it in our living room. So I asked, I said, Mama, what is it, Leslie? Why is this big window? Why is this window here? You say you're gonna buy me a home, right? Yes, ma'am. Well, I didn't know if you're gonna build it or just buy it while it's already been built. In the case you decide to build it, you don't have to buy all windows for it. I got one window here. There's another house that's been demolished down the street, and I'm gonna send Mr. Shorty down there to get that. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let me tell you something. That put a fire under me. I got that house quick, fast, in a hurry, immediately, if not sooner, yesterday. When it got a window, and every time I passed that window, it jarred me. She said, don't you touch it. Yes, ma'am, Mama. Mamie Brown said, don't touch it. Don't touch it, all right? And so keep it moving. We're here to work, commit thy works, plural. Keep it moving. And if you're going in the wrong direction, you'll discover. But keep it moving. This is no place to stand still. This is an incredible opening here. And all good times have an expiration date, just like the bad times. But keep it moving. And then when you are going through some stuff during the challenging times in your life, if you keep it moving, you'll get out faster. I'm telling you, if you keep it moving, you'll get blessings out of nowhere. Listen to me, out of nowhere. Activity, working, doing the best you can. It activates your angels to give you blessings that you did not even know. I got a phone call the other day, and it was a jaw dropper. I said, count me in. And it just came out of nowhere. But it was because of the work that I've been doing. This man said, I've been listening to you for a long time. I've been going through some stuff for years, and I heard you and you brought me out, and I want to do something special for you. I want to bless you. I'm saying to you, you have the opportunity to be a blessing to somebody. I'm thinking about the fact that each day that we wake up, as Orrin Hudson would say, it's the best day of your life. You get up with that kind of mindset. I'm encouraging you to do that. Today, when somebody asks you, hey, child, how you doing? It's the best day of my life. Is that right? What, you caught the lottery? No, it's the best day of my life. I'm telling you. Yes, it is. What makes it the best day of your life? The fact that I'm here. You don't believe it's the best day? Try missing one. Yes, see, you want to focus, have your mindset on your goal. I had my mindset, I was going to buy my mother a home. I had my mindset, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I had my mindset looking for a way to generate the money to get to that next level, to get beyond where we were in Liberty City, and had a lot of struggles and stuff happening. And stuff happens to everybody. Everybody. Don't ask, why does it have to happen to me? Why not you? You want to give us some names or some emails? And don't go around telling everybody. 80% don't care, and 20% glad it's you and not them. Yes. Oh, yes. Listen, you're God's favorite child. If not, you'll be taking a dirt nap. We are chosen to be here at this point in time. And this is our time. We just survived some incredible drama and we're still standing. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. So what does it take? What does that armor look like? Write this down. Initiative. Take the initiative to create something different for yourself and for your family and for your future and for your legacy. Take the initiative to create something that you don't have right now. Yeah, initiative. See, most people not talk about initiative. Here's something else that part of that armor is. Ambition. That just the unwillingness to settle. I'd like, there was Bill Withers, he had a song years ago, use me, baby. Use me up. You want life to use you up. Most people, they take their talents, their abilities, their art, and all of their stuff to the grave with them. You don't know what's stalking you. You don't know what life is going to throw at you. Some of that stuff is going to land. It's a part of the process. Life is difficult. I wish I could tell you that it's if you just tithe and go to church or the synagogue or wherever you go for your spiritual fulfillment, that nothing's going to happen to you. Well, stuff's going to happen. But I can say this to you, if you're anchored properly, it will not prosper against you. All right, you will be able to brush it out of the way and keep moving. So taking the initiative to create something else, using your mind, being actively engaged in life. Here's something else. As you look at yourself, look at your goals, keep moving and keep learning. Keep moving and keep learning. This is a brand new place. This is a brand new landscape. It's a brand new world. And in a brand new world, you need some brand new tools to navigate it. The tools that we use in the 2020 era, that won't cut it. The tools that we used before the coronavirus, that won't cut it. And now they got a mutation that says it spreads easier and is more lethal. Wait a minute. Now we got to be mindful, not frightened, but mindful, and say, how is it I need to conduct myself so that I don't make some irresponsible decisions that can take me out? I got to be mindful of the air that I breathe. And so you say, that's just too bothersome. Oh, okay, good. Can I get some life insurance on you? Let me tell you, you got to deal with what is. I'm tired of this corona thing. Did you hear me? I'm tired. I'm sick. No. I'm not going to say I'm sick and tired. I'm tired of it. It's gotten on my last nerve. All right? But I can deal with it. I'm not willing to be so tired and irritated that I won't wear a mask. Oh, 2 masks. He's saying it's better to wear 2 masks now? No, I'm not doing that. No. Oh, is that right? Well, can I just please, when you go, you don't want everybody to be crying. Make my day. Can I get a policy on you? Just sign right here because I'm going to do it. I got my little Mickey Mouse mask. And I got another one with Minnie Mouse. Tyrone, if they say you need to wear 12 masks, so that you don't end up on a ventilator in a hospital. You got to wear 12 masks. So as we are trying to decide who's going to get medical care, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No. Homie ain't doing that. No. I'm wearing, they said 2 masks. I'm wearing 3 and I got a shield. I want when if Corona knocks on my back door and I open the door and I got on 3 masks and a face shield, he say, "Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Always overdoing it. We can't get to him. Let's go someplace else." That's what I'm talking about. I want to live because I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. And I don't want to be no ventilator. I don't want to be closed up anywhere. No. And all I can see are their eyes. And no, that does not sound like a good time for me. No. So this is why I enjoy making money from home. The people are sleeping on this. Don't sleep this. When you can make money from home, people say, "How can you laugh so much? I wish you could see my phone." When you can make money from home, virtually speak, and don't have to get on a plane and looking at the person next to you. And when lunchtime comes, they got to take their mask off to eat. And you looking at her and turn your head the other way. Don't look this way as you are chewing. Somebody say, "What is he talking about?" Yes. So you want to take the initiative to create something different for yourself. You want to practice social distancing from people and the refrigerator. You want to go all out to take the steps that you need to take to keep you here longer, to add life to your years as well as years to your life. Does that make sense? Here's something else. Create special moments. When I come to speak to you at this time, it's special to me. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. I love you, yes I do. I love you, oh how I do. Been taking lessons, I'm coming for you. Oh, behave. What a voice. He sounds so much like Nat King Cole. Whoa, that's another ticket. You can't handle that. Oh, look here. I'm going to tell you something. You can't make this stuff up. I'm going to tell you something. I don't do this often. When Gladys Knight and I were married, I decided that I wanted to sing. So she took me to a friend of hers that I would take some singing lessons from. And she was taking me through some, I guess, vocal exercises. A husband came in the back door and he spoke to us, was polite, and went in the kitchen. And he's very quiet in there. And all of a sudden we heard something, boom, boom. And we ran in the kitchen, he had hit the floor. And he had been drinking while I was in there practicing, trying to learn how to speak. Now Gladys will tell you that if you ask her, she'll tell you, how to sing. She'll tell you. And he said, "You can't sing, give him his money back. I got drunk listening to you." That was horrible. Oh my God, that was horrible. He kept laughing. He said, "Man, you sound like you goggling razor blades." Some people are cruel. That was not nice. I didn't sing for a long time. One time I tried to sing to her, and she said, "Will you go to hell to sleep?" I thought she would say, "Well, there's a voice in there somewhere." No, she wouldn't lie. You can see I'm fired up today. Listen, you have something special. You have greatness in you. This is your time. Use this time to learn a new way of earning money. The major corporations are doing it. They have their people working from home, the majority working from home. So you want to jump on the bandwagon. People say, opportunity knocks on every door. No, opportunity stands by silently waiting for you to recognize it. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You have something special. You're God's miracle child. Some great stuff's going to happen to you today. Thou shalt decree a thing that shall be established unto you. You are a masterpiece because you're a piece of the master. Be with that. Meditate on that. And keep your eye focused on your dream. You were born to live your dreams, not your fears. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Y'all miss my flat top, don't you? My kid and play flat top. I'm gonna grow it again because I can. I want to talk to you about this place where we are. Sunday is Easter. And this time of the year, it's about new beginnings. Remember, it seemed like it was just yesterday when it was January the 1st and we made resolutions, and studies indicate that only 8 out of 100 people kept their resolutions and made the goals and dreams they set for themselves become a reality. But they're 92% that they did not do that. They forgot it as fast as they claimed it. But for those of you that are serious, my message is not for everybody. My message is for that 8%. Those are the people that are serious. He that hath shall get, and he that hath not, even that he has shall be taken away. I want to talk to people who are ambitious. I want to talk to people to listen to me that are not willing to settle for life as it is. I want to talk to people who want to live life. It's one thing to survive, but what it takes to live, that requires a different set of skills. So one thing that I'm encouraging you to do, that I'm doing, is I'm taking time to work on me and to get to know more about me. Because if you don't know who you really are, as opposed to the kind of person you were before the world got its hands on you, if you don't know that and you've bought into the culture that is designed to destroy your sense of self, when you don't have a sense of self, when you don't have a strong identity, that takes away your purpose and the meaning of your life, and that puts you on a path of self-destructive behavior. That's why you see so many young people and you look at it and say, you know what? Aliens do exist and they don't know how to pull their pants up. So as you look at yourself, take the time and ask yourself, as you are living this life that you're living, is this me? Is this working for me? You ever been in a relationship where the relationship was working for the other person, but it wasn't working for you? You were in a relationship with somebody that's always there when they need you, but when you need them, they can't be found. It's a time for self-awareness. It's a time to elevate your relationships and your knowledge and your skills and the value that you bring. New beginnings. We always have a choice. Every day represents something that we can claim and say, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life. Hey, it is true that we have at any moment in our lives, we can change directions. I was upset about something, and my business partner, he said to me, don't get angry, just be decisive. Don't get angry. Somebody betrayed my trust, somebody that I loved and believed in and had their back, and I thought they had mine, and it did not happen that way. Has that ever happened to you? And so I had to rethink the relationships that I have. And I had to ask the question, who can I count on and who should I count out?
Because at the end of the day, this thing called life is like an elevator. The higher you go up, you have to stop and let some people off. Who is it in your life, as you just think about it right now, that you need to open the door for and stand there till you get off? So that they don't cramp your style, so that they don't toxify and pollute your mind with their toxic behavior. Yeah, we have to promise ourselves to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We pray as if everything depends upon God, but work as if everything depends upon us. Those are the words of Mary McLeod Bethune. You have something special, a time for new beginnings, to do inventory of yourself, to get access to the unlimited potential that's waiting for you to tap into it. As Dr. Miles Monroe would say, to rob the cemetery of your dreams, of your gifts, of your leadership, of your books, of your music. Yeah, you're here for a reason. There's something that would not be here. You're a missing piece of the puzzle. God needed your presence here at this point in time for our children and our children's children and for generations yet unborn. The time for new beginnings. What a blessing. We're here all because of God's grace and mercy. I say to you, honor yourself by looking at your life, taking personal inventory, and be honest with yourself. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And decide that you're going to upgrade your environment. Your environment affects you. Your environment, it can change you. Your environment matters. It begins to affect how you see yourself, and how you see yourself will be represented in your thoughts and your actions and the achievements that you make or you don't make. This is a time that requires new skills, new thinking, and a hunger to live your greatest life.